KD Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Farza Pools. What's up? Connie Hodge. What's up, Connie? Xander the Educator. Xander the Educator. William K. Yes, they are. What is that? Well, I can't get that DL. I'm just going to say DL. Can't get that first name. Demetis. Renee Hampton. Helen, what's up? What's up? Moxie's Technical. Ron Sylvia. Let me go ahead and get into it, fam. You know, I got Donald Trump in the title, so well, actually, Trump ain't in the title, but you know, this is about Trump because anytime they see Kamala, they got to come in and rush to the defense of the master, the leader, the God, the almighty, the chief, the commander-in-chief, the skipper. Donald Trump. Oh, man, can y'all tell that I like getting under their skin? Anyway, fam, this is hilarious, right? But at the same time, it's serious because this is what they do. Yeah, man. They can't pack fair. No. They'll act like they're playing fair, but the moment that they take an L, they start trying to change laws. They go right in trying to change laws. Or if nothing else, they go in and try to reinterpret the law. Yeah, man. Yeah. This is throughout history. You know, I remember back, you know, I talk about Jack Johnson a lot because that's my guy. But the way they did Jack Johnson, fam, they actually made laws. They made laws to stop him from living like he wanted to live. They would constantly move the goalpost. If they lose an inch, they trying to figure out a way to move the goalpost, and how they do it, they always go in and put it in the law. We put it in the law. Hey, it's a deal. It don't matter what it is. It could be slave. It could be enslaving human beings. Just write it in the law, and it's cool. Yeah, fam. So anyway, here we are again. We got this 90-year-old National Federation of Republican Assemblies group who cited the 1857 Dred Scott Supreme Court decision to state that Kamala Harris cannot run for president per the Constitution of the United States. Oh, we can't beat her because she killing Trump right now in the polls as far as the surveys are concerned. She killing him. And he nervous. He, like this is what bullies do. Bullies like easy targets. They don't like real fights. Bullies like to steamroll over people they know they can beat. He thought he had it in the bag against Biden. Biden stepped down. And Kamala came up, that boy looked up and saw women for Kamala, men for Kamala, bus drivers for Kamala, teachers for Kamala, Republicans for Kamala, white men for Kamala, white women for Kamala, gays for Kamala, straights for Kamala, cats for Kamala, construction workers for Kamala, techies for Kamala, squares for Kamala, nerds for Kamala, fat people for Kamala, skinny people for Kamala. They sick. They are absolutely sick. Family, they in total panic. Why so much panic if y'all feel like y'all got the right guy for the job? If you are confident in your guy, why are you trying to move the goalposts? Why are you trying to change the rules? Why are you so nervous if you're so confident in your guy? A reminder, fam, the Dred Scott versus Sanford declared that slaves weren't U.S. citizens and thus not protected by the federal government. It's widely considered one of the most reviled decisions in the history of the Supreme Court. According to the platform and policy document from the NFRA, the way that the Constitution describes presidential requirements disqualifies Kamala Harris entirely. The group also questioned the validity of Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy running for president based on citizen requirements, which state that only natural-born citizens can hold the position. The documents argued that Harris, Haley, and Ramaswamy had parents who were not American citizens at the time of their birth. Problem is, Dred Scott ruling, which was overturned, by the way, has nothing to do with Kamala, you see? Nothing to do with Kamala, Haley, or Ramaswamy. And the NFRA cited it for no good reason except maybe to call Kamala Harris a slave. The NFRA's true complaint is its interpretation of natural-born citizen as a person born on American soil of parents who are both citizens of the United States at the time of the child's birth. The Constitution states that only natural-born citizens can be president, and Kamala Harris was born and raised in Oakland, California. Under their own reasoning, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and other founding fathers would be ineligible since they were born of parents from British colonies. But they don't want to have that discussion. By the way, this article comes from The Root. Great article. Great article. Under their own reasoning, did you hear what I said, fam? George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and other founding fathers would be ineligible since they were born of parents from British colonies. Y'all think they want to have that discussion? This is crazy. They desperate, fam. They are desperate. That's why you got to keep your head on the swivel and stay locked and loaded. And when they rush up, give them everything they looking for. Exercise your American rights. Your rights as a tax-paying, law-abiding American citizen. Because they will quickly turn to violence, because that's what they do. If they can't get their way, they will immediately turn to violence. But when somebody else turns to violence against them, you know how it go, fam. Boy, they will move that goalpost. That's why you got to stay on your game. Stay on your pivot like my homeboy Big Ant be talking about on Urban Politician. You got a channel on YouTube, good channel. Stay on your pivot. You got to stay on your pivot, man, because they will change the rules. They'll go in and write a whole new law. They did it right here in Houston. We had 19 black female judges who ran for office. Well, there wasn't judges at the time, but 19 black females who ran for judgeships in Houston a few years ago. And every last one of them won. You know what they did immediately after? And not just, and these were all Democrat judges, but let me tell y'all something, fam. It wasn't just Republicans who tried to move the goalpost to get them out of office. It was Democrats too. Yeah, man, the Harris County Democratic Party. That's right, I said it. They were trying to help. They were trying to aid on the cool, on the slick, on the smooth. They was trying to aid those Republicans who wanted those seats from them. They was trying to get the black women out of those seats. Now, what does that say? The Democrats, they were cool with the black women in the seats as long as they could control them. But because they couldn't control certain black women who had those seats, they were willing to change the rules, change the laws. They was trying to get the laws changed. They were willing to be silent, not offer those women any protection, not offer them any help with their legal fees in fighting these unsubstantiated claims. This is what the Democratic Party in Houston did. Because in their mind, if they got somebody in that seat that's black and they can't control them, they'd rather have a white person from the other party in there. Yeah, fam, that's right. I said it. I said it. And it's the truth. That's why they didn't want me to run for commissioner. Because they know I was going to be about the people. I tried to run for commissioner. They sent me my money back, man. Yeah. They sent my money back. No, you got to register. You want to run, you got to register. They sent my money back, bro. Let me not say bro, because there's some women listening to. A lot of women. I don't call women bro. I don't do that. But they sent my money back. The Democratic Party in Houston did that. So you can't trust, they all on the same team is what I'm trying to say, fam. You can't trust neither one of them. You can't trust either side. Both sides are trying to really make America great again. All right? If you really want to know the truth. But let's get back to Trump. And let me be clear, fam. Anybody but Trump. That's right. I'm independent. I'm an independent. But I still say anybody but Trump. They scared, they shaking in their boots. Trump had the nerve to actually say, we don't need another dumb president. The absolute dumbest president in the history of America said, we don't need another dumb president. The only president in the history of America to be a felon, to run with a felony record, 34 convictions. Next, he's gonna say we don't need another criminal president. We don't need another felon to be president. That's what he's gonna say next. Good God. Whew, this dude is a handful. They trying to move the goalposts, fam. Trying to move the goalposts. And here's another thing. Here's another tactic that these politicians, and this is both sides. This is another tactic that they use. They'll just try to tie things up legally and filibuster until certain things blow over or to where it don't even matter anymore. Or they'll try to tie you up legally, make you spend a lot of money, get you off your pivot. Try to throw you off your game so that you can be preoccupied with all this legal stuff over here and you can't be really focused on the things that really matter. So they just try to just file a whole bunch of legal work, do a lot, this is what they do. All you gotta do is just watch the game. This is how they do, just throwing anything up against the wall and see what stick. I'm looking up some of the looking at some of the states in America, right? And listen, fam, again, I'm independent. I ain't got a dog in the fight. But I am gonna call a strike and a ball a ball. And I am going to point out that most of the states in this country that have the highest crime rates are actually ran by Republicans. And Republicans the governor got more say over a city than its own mayor has. So yeah, you might have a Democratic mayor, but The Republican governor can come in and shut it down if they're so concerned about if they really was concerned about the crime in certain places, whatever, they could come in and shut it down. Why they don't do that? Why they don't just come and do it? Why they don't just come in and shut down certain programs, certain organizations and agencies and stuff like that? Why they don't do it? Because it's all part of the overall plan. They ain't trying to make you safe. The majority of crime-ridden states are Republican states, Republican-ran states, with California being one of the few exceptions. California and New York being one of the few exceptions. But all the rest of them are Republican-ran. You got Texas. It's the biggest states. Texas, Republican. Florida, Republican. South Carolina, Republican. Ohio, Republican. Where are we here? I'm looking for the bigger ones. Missouri, Republican. Mississippi, one of the most corrupt states in the union for the last few hundred years, Republican. Louisiana, super corrupt, Republican ran. Not to say that Georgia, Republican. Not to say that that the Democratic ran states are too much better. They ain't. They still right there with them. But I'm just saying, all of this Democrat, Republican thing, really Democrat, Republican, man, they on the same team, man. I'm trying to tell you, they're on the same team. Having said that, anybody but Trump. I'll vote for Pee Wee Herman's cartoon before I vote for that sucker. I was indifferent to Kamala Harris, but the way that they're attacking her makes me give her my support. Yeah, I don't like the way that they attack her because they're attacking her on gender and race. That's why they after her. They are attacking her on gender and race. When's the last time a president besides Barack Obama was attacked for anything? Barack was attacked for his race. Kamala is being attacked for her gender and race. So I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. So all they do is make me want to back her. All they do, and like I said, I don't care about nothing else. I just don't like what they do. So if whatever they like, I hate. Whatever they love, I hate. Whatever they hate, I love. At the very least, I like. At the very least, I'm a support. I'm a ride for. Because I know for a fact they're not for me. Bringing up what they're trying to do, this group is trying to call Kamala a slave. the National Federation of Republican Assemblies is who I'm talking about. They going and digging up a case from way back in 1857. And they're saying she can't run because the Constitution still recognizes her as a slave. So now this is a Republican group that's been around almost 100 years. So do you think that this is a party that's for you? I'm not saying that the Democrat Party is for you, but I'm just saying, I know for a fact that they telling you that they're not for you. They calling you a slave. If they calling Kamala a slave, they calling you a slave. One of the reasons why racism has been so pervasive, well, not one of, the biggest reason why racism has been so pervasive in America, it has been America's Achilles heel, it has been America's cancer, is because you have racist people who are in Congress. Your congressmen and women, most of them have been racist all this time. Most of your Supreme Court justices were racist and are racist all this time. That movie that was shown, Birth of a Nation, back in the early 1900s, they put out a movie called Birth of a Nation. It's about the Klan riding on black folks, killing black folks. The director made the movie in response to Jack Johnson dating white women. So they made a movie, they made a movie about the Klan riding on black people, and they dressed white folks up in blackface. They had the white people acting as black people, and they was hunting the white people that had the blackface, and they were killing them, and then just dumping their bodies off on the side of the road and dumping their bodies off on their parents' porch, family porches and stuff like that. And the movie was shown in the White House. Guess who was there besides the president and members of Congress? The entire Supreme Court of the United States of America. The Supreme Court justices of the United States of America was at the White House watching a racist movie about the Ku Klux Klan riding on black folks and lynching and killing black folks. This happened in America in the White House. They haven't done anything to cleanse the White House of that type of mentality. They haven't done anything to cleanse Congress of those people. They're still there. That's why racism is so pervasive in this country, because leadership starts at the top. That's why. Anytime they want action, they want to change something, they go straight into that room and they come out with a deal overnight when they want to do something, when they want to do something. It don't take all damn day. It don't take all month. It don't take all year. It don't take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. It take a few hours and boom, they got a deal when they want a deal, when they want to change something. When they wanted to pass that stimulus bill, they went in there and said, man, we got to do something. Let's do something. Boom, they passed that stimulus bill and sent them checks out. It's a matter of them wanting to do it. And you can't change their stubbornness, their convictions, their uncivilized ways any more than you can change your own if you possess those type of ways. It's embedded in them. Racism makes up the entire fabric of the United States. It is woven in the fabric of the United States. You can't just not talk about it and it's going to go away. It's not going to be real. That ain't how it go. That is not how it go. The Klan rode in the 1900s because the Klan included members of Congress. And to this day, the Klan includes members of Congress, even if they're not a so-called card-carrying member. They co-sign the Klan. Otherwise, the Klan wouldn't even be in existence. How do you allow such a vile organization to exist in such a so-called civilized country? It can only happen with the help of Congress. It can only happen with the help of law enforcement. The Klan only exists because you have members of law enforcement and politicians who are Klan members. They destroyed a peaceful organization called the Black Panthers, who was educating people, protecting their neighborhoods, and feeding children, feeding hungry children, providing shelter for the homeless. They destroyed that organization and they recognized and protected the Ku Klux Klan, who for hundreds of years who have been lynching people, and they still doing it. And they're still around. Why? Because of Congress. Members of Congress, members of law enforcement. Better be lucky I ain't the president. They better be lucky. That would have been one of my first missions. Better be lucky I ain't the director of the FBI. I shut that shit down today. Robert Dunn, Kamala is not black. Please do your... Robert, I don't give a damn. I don't care if she's black. She could be purple. I'd vote for her before I vote for Trump. So there you go. I don't give a damn. Chuck Wagon, what up? Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we got one. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm not running with that narrative. Anytime somebody say they're not a Trump supporter, they're a Trump supporter. If they say I'm not a Trump supporter and say, but, if they say I'm not a Trump supporter, however, they're telling you they're a Trump supporter. Because anytime they say that, they go on to say something that's supportive of Trump. If you say you're not a Trump supporter and you say something that's supportive of Trump, you're a Trump supporter. They love to say that too. They love to say that. That's how they get their message out. That's how they get the message out. I'm gonna get the message out without getting attacked. I'm gonna come off like I'm being objective. I'm not picking a side. I'm just recognizing the facts. I'm just recognizing what's authentic. So if I say, but I'm not a Trump supporter, but, and then I go on to affirm something about Trump that's positive, then boom, I got my message out. Nah, I'm not falling for it. Anytime somebody say, I'm not a Trump supporter, but they're a Trump supporter. Because let me tell you something about me, fam. If I recognize an enemy, if I know somebody is an enemy, if I don't rock with somebody, I'm not going to acknowledge them in a good way. I'm not going to express any redeeming qualities about them. I don't care what they say, what they do. I'm not giving them no credit for doing nothing good. Even if they can do it one time, I'm not acknowledging it. Not publicly. I'm going to stay on code. I'm going to be on code. Since Trump started his black attack back in 2007, I've been on his head 24/7, 365. How many years is that? 2007, 17 years on his head. And I ain't gonna let up. That's how you be on code. That's how you stay on code. So him saying something nice, him doing something that might be perceived to be nice, he do something that I might be looking at like, oh, okay. You'll never hear me give that fool no credit. It's called being on code. You should try it. The Republicans know how to do it. They're very good at being on code. Some of you Democrats be like, well, you know, that's not fair. And, you know, let me tell you something, fam. Ain't nothing fair about war. I'll give you an example. When Barack was in office, the Republicans, they fought him at every turn. It didn't matter what he was trying to do. It didn't matter what he said, they opposed. If Barack said up, they said down. If he said cold, they said hot. If he wore a blue suit, they said he should have wore a black suit. If he wore a gray suit, he should have wore a blue suit. This man got attacked at every turn. If he said spin, they said save. If he said save, they said spin. He said save, they said spend. At every turn. Because they understood that if you say something enough times and you repeat something enough times, even if it's a lie, it becomes the truth in the minds of many. And it confuses the person who is your opponent. It's confusing because they know that you know what the truth is, but their head, their brain is scrambling because you're saying this asinine stuff and you got people believing it. Now they spending times trying to debunk your lies instead of being focused on real issues. This is what they do. It's a whole big ball of confusion. Right now, the Republicans and Trump are losing their minds because they're losing in the polls. Like, all of these polls keep coming out, and Trump is behind now. He was ahead for I don't know how long when Biden was in, but now he's behind. He's been trailing, and the gap is widening, and it's not looking good for him. So they're doing everything they can. They're throwing everything against the wall. Everything. And after she wins, they are going to continue to throw everything. They're going to be filing lawsuits, challenging this state, challenging that state, challenging all of this to get her to be still fighting with them about frivolous stuff while other more serious issues are not being taken care of. This is what they do. They don't give a damn about America. They don't care nothing about none of y'all. They care about winning and getting money padding their pockets. Where is the decorum? These are supposed to be dignitaries. These are supposed to be our best of the best. And they sound like fifth graders. They sound like uncivilized mutts. All of this name calling, this, that, this. Look, man, I do the name calling. I'm a regular citizen. I can do name calling. But what if I was a president? Or what if I was running for president? Or I was a member of Congress, and I'm standing up there in the damn halls of Congress. I'm at the Capitol, or I'm at a hearing, and I'm calling people out of their names. What makes me any different from the person on the street? The door is wide open, and the wind is blowing trash in. And America's full of a whole bunch of trashy members of Congress. Members of Congress, people in City Hall, mayors, governors, trashy, no class whatsoever. No class. There absolutely should be term limits. That should absolutely be term limits. But the problem is we've given away all the power to the people who have these unlimited terms. We've given the power away, and they have to vote. They got to vote for the term limits. We've given all the power away. You think they're going to vote against their best interest? That's not going to happen. There should be term limits on the Supreme Court justices. There should be term limits on appointed federal judges. There should be term limits. Once somebody gets in and they got all that power, now you know they ain't never leaving office. You know, just to ride that horse all the way. Just imagine how much corruption. Oh, man. Vito G say she don't claim us, man. I don't claim her. Next. I didn't claim Clinton. I voted for him. I didn't claim Biden. I voted for him. Oh, so now somebody got to be the same race as you, before you vote for them. After we had all these white presidents, now they got to be the same race. But when it was Biden and Trump, race wasn't an issue. Y'all funny to me, man. I'm gonna tell you something, fam. Personally, I don't think a Kamala Harris administration is going to improve Black people's plight in America. One bit. I really don't think it's going to improve our plight. But anybody but Trump. I'll vote for Daffy Duck before I vote for that sucker. Man, I'll vote for Captain America before I vote for that sucker. I'll vote for the Iron Man. Articus Finch. I'll vote for Bilbo Baggins before I vote for that sucker. Yeah, man, for sure. I'll vote for Sherlock Holmes before I vote for him. Hannibal Lecter. Jay Gatsby. Wonder Woman. The $6 Million Man. Yeah, man. I'll vote for Big Bird before I vote for that sucker. I'll vote for Jason before I vote for Trump. Tony Soprano. Scarface. Hey, man, I'll vote for Homer Simpson before I vote for Donald Trump. I'll vote for Mr. Spock. Man, I'll vote for Indiana Jones before I vote for that sucker. Honey Boo Boo. I'll vote for Honey. What's it? Honey Boo Boo? Boba, Boo Boo. I'll vote for Honey Boo Boo before I vote for that sucker. Freddy Krueger can get my vote before I vote for Trump. I'll vote for Goldilocks and the Three Bears before I vote for that chump. Who else will I vote for before I vote for Trump? I'll vote for the Incredible Hulk. I'll vote for Speed Racer and Race X before I vote for Donald Trump. I'll vote for Olive Oil, Blutus, and Popeye, and the Goons before I vote for him. Ain't nothing you can say to make me want to vote for that chump. Somebody can enter the race right now. Somebody ain't never seen, ain't never heard of. They can be coming there homeless with a blanket and matted hair. I'll vote for him before I vote for Trump. Come on in here, man. Shit, you can't be no worse than him. Come on, man. I'll take my chances. Who else I'll vote for before I vote for that? Buckwheat. I'll vote for Buckwheat. I'll vote for George Jefferson before I vote for that chump. Spider-Man. Norman Bates. Who else? Dorothy Gale. Can y'all tell I watched a lot of TV growing up? Yeah. I vote for Mr. Clean before I vote for that chump. Who else out there? Betty Boop. Buffy, I'll vote for Jack Tripper before I vote for that chump. Laverne and Shirley. Fred Sanford. And Lamont. And Bubba. I'll vote for Aunt Esther. Yeah, man. In fact, I'll vote for the entire class. I'll vote for the entire cast of Sanford and Son before I vote for that chump. I'll vote for Woodrow. What's that officer name? The white cop name that played on Sanford and Son? What was that dude name? What was the dude name that dude was funny? Man, what was his name? was it Swanhauser or something like that? Officer Swanhauser. Yeah. I give Rollo my vote first. What's the Puerto Rican dude name that played on Sanford and Son? What's that Puerto Rican dude name? Let me see. Hold on. So his real name is Gregory Sierra. Never knew his real name. But Julio, yeah. Yeah. Boy, they did a hell of a job casting for Sanford and Son. Hell of a job. Each one of those characters was 1,000 authentic and individual. Great casting. Yeah, Julio, man. That dude was funny. Boy, the way Brad Miller, no, what's his name? Glenn Miller played. What y'all know about that Archie Bunker? Boy, I used to watch All in the Family all the time because, Archie was a racist, but what was funny about it was just the absurdity, just that the things that he would say. He was so backwoods. He would just say the most ridiculous things about race and stuff. It was funny. And I know a lot of black people didn't like it. And I can get why, like it's, racism is a very serious thing, but I'm the type of dude, that I like comedy. So I do believe that if racism is done, like racism can be discussed in a comedic way, if you can do it in a way where, it can possibly still be offensive to some people, but other people really get it, especially if the people who are the target of the racism can get it. That's comedy genius. That is comedy genius. And that damn All in the Family is funny as hell. That Archie Bunker was funny. Archie was and they gave the household a perfect balance because Archie was the only real true racist in the family. But one could also argue that his wife Edith had to be racist to even marry a dude like that. You got to have some responsibility. You can't just marry a racist and not have to absorb some of the criticism that come with who that person is. So, but they gave it a good balance with his wife oftentimes rejecting his racism and his daughter and his son-in-law, who he called Meathead, trying to bring him up to speed on, how the world is changing and how some of his antics and his beliefs were just antiquated. It was a hell of a show, hell of a piece, man. I'm not going to apologize for liking that show. That was a hell of a show. And the theme song, man, you play that theme song right now, and that theme song go hard. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played. Songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. And you knew who you were then. That theme song can never play today, though. The words, fam, the words said, and you knew who you were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a guy like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare state. Everybody pulled his weight. Gee, our old LaSalle ran great. Those were the days. Say, fam, that theme song cold-blooded. But the theme song also reminds you how some people are in denial about welfare. He said didn't need no welfare state. Yes, they did need a welfare state. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of people in America on welfare that looked like Archie Bunker. So he was in denial. Whoever wrote the song was in denial about that piece. Anyway, fam, but hell of a song to say, nevertheless. Hell of a song, nevertheless. Nuke 50, what up? I see you. Edward Fredericks, what up? All right, fam. Looks like that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining the live, fam. Y'all be careful out there, fam. Y'all know how they get down. They gonna move the goalposts every time. That's why when you start winning, when you get in the race, just know what's coming and just be proactive as opposed to being reactive. That way you don't get caught off guard. And once you get in, you should always be fighting to stay in, always be fighting to continue to put measures in place so that you can thwart those type of efforts, to turn the hands of time back. Because that's what they mean by make America great again. Make America, when they say make America great again, they mean let me be able to get away with stealing people's intellectual property when I want to, run up in Black folks' houses when I want to and beat them up and snatch them and hang them right in front of the yard and let me be able to slap them around and make them bow their head down when they talk to me. That's what they're talking about when they say make America great again. They're talking about being able to steal your ideas, steal your inventions, steal your land, steal your property, take your car, take your woman, rape her, do what they want to do to her. That's what they mean when they say make America great again. Don't let nobody fool you. That's my time, fam. Till next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.